War rages across the mortal realms. New alliances are formed while others lie shattered, and the dominant powers ever seek their next conquest. While this and countless other battles rage on, one fact is becoming clear. The season of war has begun. This video is brought to you by the support of our channel members and our FLGS partner, Warpfire Minis. Baron of Dice is the exclusive dice supplier for Season of War. Take a look through their incredible designs or even get your own custom dice made.
Hello and welcome to Season of War and another game of Age of Sigmar 4th edition. My name's Jordan. We got Ridge out tonight.
What's up, y'all? We're here. Skaven's here.
And the mission we're playing for tonight is Battle for the Past, so we got 4 objectives on the table. For scoring, you get 1 point for holding your own objective, 2 points for each of the center objectives, and then 5 points for holding your opponent's, but it's to a maximum of 6 per turn. And then you can get 4 points for your battle tactics, so the normal 10-point cap. And then the twist for this one is the underdogs units, besides heroes, get +2 to their objective control score for the unit, so a little extra help there for capturing objectives, but that might not come up a ton. And then Ridge, do you want to take us through your Skaven list?
Yes, I ever. This is the first Skaven list I'm going to be playing. It's obviously going to be Scryer, so we're running the Warp Cog convocation, bunch of shooting. Funnily enough, Jordan is playing a bunch of shooting too, so this is going to be just a blast off. Pull your guns out. I had to go with the Claw Lord on Gnaw Beast. Now, he might not be the best in this sub-faction, but I wanted to run him. He's kind of the new hero. So he is going to be my general as well. He's going to have the Foulhide Cloak, so he can heal D3, and he's going to also have a Skilled Manipulator, so that allows him to have a 4-up ward, bodyguard, pass off pretty much to a unit of Clan Rats. Yeah, and then I'm running a Grey Seer, just normal, and then a Warlock Engineer, which is going to let me hopefully shoot some heroes and just give my Scryer stuff some more crazy power. Yeah, and then for units, we have 2 units of 20 Clan Rats, we have the big Hell Pit Abomination, and then we have a bunch of Scryer stuff. So we're running a reinforced unit of 6 Jezzails. We got a Warp Lightning Cannon, of course, and then we have the new Warp Blaster, which I'm super pumped to either explode myself or destroy Jordan. And then I do have 1 unit of 3 Storm Fiends, which I've elected to put off board. And then for my season rule, I'm actually running the -1 attack to my general regiment.
The bodyguard on the Clan Rats?
The bodyguard with the Clan Rats in the general. I would have loved the +1 to hit and wound, but I have other ways to get that, and I didn't make my Scryer stuff the general, so I couldn't.
Yeah, it's a good counter, right? There's always pros and cons to what you throw in your general's regiment.
Yeah, exactly. Thinking that I don't have a lot, so you might not be able to get that tactic, yada yada. And then lastly, I'm running for my manifestations. I'm running the Skaven manifestations because I have to. The bell's actually pretty sweet. We got the Warp Lightning Vortex. Yeah, so just pumped to get into it. Super excited for Skaven. So yeah, that's me.
Nice. Well, I am playing Slaanesh against you. Obviously, like you said, a lot of shooting. I've been working hard on this army, getting more stuff painted and getting the old stuff painted, actually fully painted. Still a work in progress, but excited to get these guys out. There was a lot of fear when we first saw the preview for Slaanesh with their sub-faction rule, but I'm actually pretty excited about some of the different tools in this army, so yeah. We'll test them out today. And for my battle formation, I've got the Seeker Cavalcade, so that's my Seekers retreat and charge and not take the mortals. Not a huge one, but there weren't any super relevant to this kind of a build. To take you through the list though, I have Shalaxian here as my generals. She's obviously super exciting, a good kind of counter hero combat piece. And in her regiment, I have a unit of 10 Slickblade Seekers, I have 5 Blissbarb Seekers, and then I have 20 Blissbarb Archers and 10 Blissbarb Archers. So a lot of shooting here. Obviously, again, that's the units we had painted up and ready to go. But they're also one of the shooting units that didn't get a range decrease, so they're still pretty effective. And then I have 2 other heroes. I have the Shard Speaker and then the Lord of Hubris, who has his activation tricks about making you fight him or fight last. And then just 2 other units of 10 Blissbarb Archers. So again, lots of shooting, lots of arrows. This is a true Persian 300 style army here right now. And then for my lores, I obviously took the Slaanesh spell lore and I took the Primal Energy Manifestation lore. The Slaanesh one is actually okay looking. I just didn't have it painted up, and this one, there's a lot of good pieces in, so thought we'd go for that. And then my list was all wrapped up into 2 regiments. So it did let me drop before you ridge. It gives me choice of who goes first. And it's not an easy choice because of how volatile our armies are with shooting.
Yeah.
But because of some of my defenses and the potential, an early double could be still really big if you can cripple your opponent. So I'd rather put myself in that spot.
Yep.
So we're gonna give away the turn and jump into Skaven turn 1.
All right, let's go. Okay, so starting the battle round, we're gonna put the nah hole over on that side. I was gonna possibly do the middle, but I am actually going to do seize the center as my tactic, so I don't want to jam that up. So yeah, nah hole's gonna go there, and we're gonna do seize the center.
And I do have to declare my euphoric killers at the start of the turn, or battle round, so I'm going to just choose my unit of Slickblade Seekers. So they'll get crit 2 hits and run and charge.
So in the hero phase, first thing, the Claw Lord on Knobbeast, Holy 13, is going to give these guys +5 to their control score, and he's going to just kill one, does 1 mortal wound. Then
First blood.
Cool, so I'm just going to cast on with the Grace here. He does still have the 3d6 cast, take the 2 highest. We're going to try to bring out the Bell of Doom. So let's see what we roll. I roll a 9.
All right, I'll try to unbind it with my Shard Speaker who's in range. We do on an 11, not today, Reg.
Come on, Grace here. Okay, so that's a big old fail on the Bell of Doom, so that's going to be end of my hero phase.
All right, I will spend a command point and go for the Magical Intervention. Shalaxi is outside 30, so I'll be able to freely cast here.
Nice.
And I'm going to try and cast Ravnak's Gnashing Jaws. And we're going to get that with an 11, but it's -1 for 10.
Okay, cool, so then I'll just jump into movement.
After the Stormfiend's deep strike near the Gnawhole in the south, the entire Skaven force moves forwards, looking to claim center ground and get all their firepower in range.
I think that's a movement phase. All right, so I'm gonna start the shooting off. Jordan very nicely brought a Jaws into play, so I couldn't put the Stormfiends where I wanted to. And now actually I'm behind the Wildwood, so I can't see the Blissbarb Archers. And I really hate that Jaws, so I'm just gonna shoot everything into that Jaws. So first the 3d6 shots is gonna be 15. So it's gonna be 6 at rend 1.
Make 1, wards. We take 5 damage on it.
So then the wind launchers are gonna be 3 shots. Nothing. Okay, so never mind. Okay, so I'm gonna do my Scryer prototypes. I forgot before rolling that one. So I will just choose the other 3. So on a 2 up on the cannon, or the, what's it called? The Warp Blaster. Rolls a 1. Okay, it's gonna take D3 mortal wounds for 2. This is what happens when you play Skaven. So it's not gonna be +1 to wound. The Jezzails are gonna be +1 to wound, and the cannon doesn't have a wounding profile, so that'll be it. So I'm not gonna overcharge the Brat Blaster because I don't want it to just die if I do this. It's gonna be 3d6 plus 3 shots. 10 plus 3, so 13, even better. So it's gonna be 8 at -1.
All right, just a 6-up save here.
Yep.
We'll save 3 of them.
Ouch.
I will take 5, so 5 archers down.
So I'm gonna put all of the Jezzails into the 10
Slick Blades?
into the Slick Blades, yeah. I'm gonna do all at attack, so I'm gonna be +1 to hit. And then one of these is gonna make a 6.
Using my euphoric killer dice?
Yes. So it'll be 5 at rend 2.
And those will go right through my saves.
So just 10 damage.
So you'll kill 2 and do 2 wounds to another.
All right, and then lastly, the cannon's just, the only thing it can shoot is the front little unit of 10. I'm not gonna overcharge it, so 2d6 shots from the cannon for just 5, and it's gonna be 4 up mortals. So 2 mortals to them.
So you'll take 2 down.
Okay, and then the engineer is gonna shoot the 20 pack as well. Nothing, he misses both. Okay, cool. Now, that's all the shooting. So then we're just gonna go for the big charge. Jordan pulled a couple, so it's definitely a 10 now. So see if we can roll a 10. Nope, another 5. 4 to victory, no. SAP is worth a lot, I remember from our test games, so that's gonna be it.
First to fire, the Skaven unleash their weaponry and claim center ground, putting the pressure on the Hedonites to respond and reclaim some territory.
So I am gonna score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 for the middle, so I'll get 9.
Yeah, very good first turn. as much as you could expect for turn 1.
Yeah.
And yeah, you presented a lot of threats for sure.
Yeah, the shooting was a little bit not nearly as much as I thought. Now I could have been a bit riskier, but the targets weren't exactly what I wanted. And when I failed the 2-up to make him +1 to wound, I didn't want to up juice the Warp Blaster.
Yeah.
And your amazing play with the Jaws, showing the counterplay of hero phase magical intervention.
Yep.
Me deep striking those guys, I had to be further back.
Pushes them back, exactly.
Yeah.
And plus my army was a lot of -1 hit with the shooting, so that mitigated a bit of your damage, but...
For sure.
Yeah, we're gonna get to fight back now, and we'll jump into Hedonites of Slaanesh, turn 1.
Let's do it.
All right, so for my battle tactic, I'm gonna go for Offering of Carnage here. There's promising to be a lot already, like with these 2 armies, so I gotta take down 2 units in my turn, and we should be able to achieve that. All right, so in my hero phase, Shalaxi has actually used the Feign to get +1 to cast. She will take D3 mortal wounds for 3, and she'll ward 2 of those, so take 1. Then she's gonna cast Overwhelming Acquiescence, which will get off on an 8, and I'm gonna put that on the Hell Pit. And then she's gonna try and cast Sadistic Spite, which will get off on a 9. And that's gonna give my Slickblade Seekers, because they are euphoric, it's gonna give them crit mortals instead of crit 2 hits. And then the Shard Speaker for the last spell is gonna try and cast the Burning Head, which will get on an 11.
Okay, so I'll try this. Nope, you got it.
And then that's it for my hero phase.
Okay, I'm gonna do my 3 Claw Steps move with my Clan Rats, I guess. And then at the end of the hero phase, I'm gonna try to cast, I'll try to cast the Bell of Doom again, see if we can get that off. I rolled an 8.
All right, we'll get to try and unbind with Shalaxi.
Yep.
You got it.
All right.
Holy 13 -1 to wound.
Yep. Pretty good.
Yeah, really good spell there. And then I guess I'll just jump into movement. All right, after a bit of a traffic jam, thanks to your Clan Rats, that's the end of my movement. And then I'm gonna get into shooting. And I'm just gonna start with the Burning Head with D6 shots for 6.
Uh-oh.
They can only hit your Clan Rats. So that'll be 5 at Ren 2.
Goes through.
1 damage each.
Gonna kill 5 Clan Rats.
Next, I'm gonna go with my biggest unit of Bliss Barbs and put all their shots into your Hell Pit. And I'm gonna use all-out attack here.
Yeah, so I will use an all-out defense here.
All right, so I'll be on 2s and 3s thanks to the spell buff. So that'll be 21 shots landing.
Yeah, he's straight up 14 wounds on a 5-up, so I'm gonna be to 5s to save. You're gonna kill him by 1 wound. He is dead.
Nice.
I will get to roll, see if he comes back alive though, of course. And that's gonna be on a 5+. He does, let's go! And then he heals D6 for 5. Wow.
And then next, I'll go with this unit of Bliss Barbs over here. They have to split fire, but I'm gonna put 5 shots into the Hell Pit, 5 into the Clan Rats. So into the Hell Pit. So that'll be 6 at Rend 1.
Okay, so back to 5s. I make 2 and take 4. He's got 1 left.
The Bliss Barbs also deal 2 damage to the Clan Rats, then the Bliss Barb Seekers kill 3 more and finish off the Hell Pit. The next unit of Bliss Barbs finishes off the Warp Blaster, while the last unit kills a Jezzail and deals 3 damage to the Claw Lord.
And that's it for my shooting phase.
All right, so I get to shoot you now. Yeah, so we'll shoot the Jezzails and try to kill them. So it's gonna be 10 shots. This is gonna be hitting on 5s, but 6s are auto wounds, and 2s. So 3 at Ren 2.
That'll go right through. I do have to roll the saves though in case I lose Monkey Eye.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't, but that'll be
6 damage.
6 damage, yeah. You'll kill 6 Bliss Barbs. And then we're into the charge phase. I'm gonna go first with my Jaws here. And we're gonna get a 7. And then it does do impact mortals, and those are gonna have to go into the Clan Rats. So that'll be 3 mortal wounds.
Nice.
And then we'll charge the Slickblade Seekers for a 6. And then we're going to charge with Shalaxi. Who's getting a 12.
Okay.
Too bad keepers don't fly anymore.
No.
And then for combat, I am going to activate first with the Slickblade Seekers. And the unit does have crit mortals right now, so I'll start with the Riders. That's going to be 8 mortal wounds to start. And then 4 at Ren 2. So 14 damage so far.
6 plus 8, yep, 14.
And then I'll have the mounts. Yeah. And then we got 6 mortals from the mounts, which will finish him off.
All right, so I'm gonna put 8 clan rats into the jaws and then 4 clan rats into Shalaxi. So this is going to be 4s and 5s, just 1.
It takes the damage.
And then the 4 into Shalaxi, nothing.
All right, then we'll go next with Shalaxi. I might as well use my CP here for all-out attack. So starting off with Soul Piercer. So this will be 6 damage so far from Soul Piercer.
Okay.
And then the Impaling Claws for 8 more damage.
So 14?
Yep.
You got him.
Closing out the engagement, the gnashing jaws fail to deal any damage to the Jezzails. Then the manifestation is taken down by the rats.
Okay, so end of turn stuff. He does have the Foulhide Cloak, so he's gonna heal D3 for 2. Perfect, so he's taken 1 still. He's in his still damage mode, and then I'm gonna bring back D3 clan rats for just 1.
Unleashing a devastating hail of arrows as well as sharing their delicate touch up close, the Hedonites of Slaanesh showcase the lethality of their depravity and punish the vermin for their aggression.
All right, so Slaanesh turn 1 was pretty bloody and effective. This is why I gave away the turn. I couldn't have leveraged a lot of shooting, but with you kind of thinking you might have to come up, well, to store objectives, you were gonna have to come up, and you ended up having to come to the middle as well for your tactic.
Yeah.
It let me then leverage all my shooting instead of just a piece of it. And pretty effective overall. Obviously the Hell Pit came back, tied up a lot of that shooting, but getting that +1 to wound spell on it was really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Here also, good to talk about euphoric killers. I only chose 1 unit so that Ridge didn't get an auto 12 charge. If I had, because it would have been very enticing to give it to the my big unit of Bliss Barbs.
Yeah, but then the Help It could have just charged you.
Exactly, right. So I think, and that's the thing that the Slaanesh players have to think about it as you get 1 euphoric killers until you're ready to go all in, and then you get as many, you get up to 3 on the when you need it, right?
Yes.
But I didn't need it at that point. Trying to play smart and not give away too much. So there's a little give and take, which is appropriate for Slaanesh.
Yes. Yeah, I just couldn't. I should have overcharged like maybe the big gun because it was gonna die because you have shooting anyways. But even then, I don't know how much more I would have killed. Even the rally, bringing back 3 guys, essentially effectively at the end of my turn, you had like 4 guys dead. So it was all your shooting was still going into me.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Rally
if
is so strong as well, but yeah, priority for round 2.
A quick drive home for Ridge, maybe.
I roll a 1.
I rolled a 2. Jordan's not letting me do that. So I'll obviously take the turn.
All right, so yeah, we'll jump into Skaven, turn 2.
Sounds good. Okay, so start, I'm gonna put Nahul there. We're gonna go for Do Not Waver, which I'm just gonna have to fight with 2 things and then hopefully have none of my stuff die.
And then I have to choose my euphoric killer unit, and then just choosing 1, and I'm gonna choose my big unit of Bliss Barb Archers.
So I will do Cruel Commander again, just kill a clan rat and have them +5 control from my Clawlord General. Cool, so I'm gonna cast on 3d6 from the Grace here. We're gonna try the Vorp Lightning Vortex. We got it here, why not? Let's go for it. And that is gonna be a 9.
All right, we'll try to unbind with Shalaxi because she is +1.
Yep, don't roll an 11 again, please.
A 7 to an 8, you got it.
Nice. With one of my CP, I'm gonna try to rally the Jezzails back, so I just need 2 4s. I get 3, so I bring the 1 Jezzail that was dead has come back. Okay, so that is gonna be it for my hero phase.
All right, I will spend a command point, and I'm just gonna go for a rally on my Bliss Barbs over here.
Yep.
And I get 4 back, so from 4 to 8, pretty good.
Okay, so that's gonna be it for hero phase. Let's get into some shooting. So I will first go into movement. In the shooting phase, first I have to pick my units for +1 to wound. I only have 1 now because there's no wounding on the cannon, so on a 2-up. Sweet, so the Jezzails are +1 to wound. For my Warp Cog Convocation, I'm also going to roll the 2 up for my engineer. He's not going to move, so it's going to turn to 3 damage if I can roll a 2 up. Sweet. So he's going to have 3 damage on both his shots. First, I'm going to shoot the Claw Lord with his little warp pistol. So he's going to have D6 attacks for 4. They're all going to go into Shalaxi. This is going to be 3s and 3s. All 3, -1.
All 3 go through. I will have wards, and I'll save 2.
So the Jezzails are going to just put everything into the Slick Blade Seekers. I'm going to be +1 to hit because I didn't move, and +1 to wound because of the convocation. So this is going to be 3s, 6 auto wound, and 2s. So 7 at rend 2.
And that's going to go right through their save, so that'll just be 14 damage.
Yep. In the cannon, obviously we're overcharging it this time, so it's going to be 2d6 plus 6 shots. So just show me boxcars here. That's a 10. So this is going to be 16 dice. Now I'm going to do all out attack here because I didn't have to do it, which seems weird on a Warp Lightning cannon, but it does have a hit value to hit 4. So I'm going to give it +1 to hit. So it's going to hit on 3s, and then it's going to be these 16 dice are going to be 3 up mortal wounds. So it'll be 9 mortal wounds.
So you'll kill another 2.
So I'll take damage back from overcharging. Yeah, 5 damage. So I'm going to shoot quickly with the Warlock Engineer. So I did roll the 2 up, so it's 3 flat damage, but 3s and 3s. So into the Blissbarb Archers, 3s. No, big fat miss. So then that's the end of my shooting.
All right, we will do some cover and fire here, and I'm going to go with these Blissbarbs over here. So let's try and take down some Jezzails. They are scary, as we learned.
Yeah.
So it'll just be 3 at rend 1.
Yep, 5s. I take 1.
Not worth it.
Not worth it, Jordan. Not worth it. Okay, and then we're gonna go into charge phase. So I'm gonna first charge with the Clan Rats, big 5, and the Claw Lord, other 5.
And you notably stayed outside of Naya Shalaxi to avoid my counter charge.
Yes.
Well, her ability to counter charge against heroes or preemptively charge, and I'm not going to spend it to fish for a 9 or 10. So
2 CP is probably
very big investment.
Risky. Then that is going to be it. Let's go to the combat phase.
As the fighting begins, the Clan Rats start by dealing 2 damage to the Blissbarb Seekers, then suffer 3 casualties from their retaliation. The Claw Lord fights next and deals 4 damage to the Seekers, and the Blissbarb Archers aren't able to deal any damage. Lastly, the Slickblade Seekers attack and deal 4 damage to the Southern Gnawhole.
Okay, so I'm going to get D3 Clan Rats back at the end of my turn for just 1 again, and I'm going to heal my boy, which I'm going to have to heal his only wound.
How are the bad guys going to fight? Well, we've got lots of bows and arrows.
We're all bad guys today, Jaina. It's pure chaos. Okay, so end of my turn. I'm going to bring 2 Storm Fiends back.
Nasty.
Wholly within 6 of that hole, and just reinforce my home objective.
Showing that even the smallest rats can have a devastating bite, the Skaven have crippled and engaged several enemy units, limiting their potential for when the Hedonites retaliate.
Cool, so that's going to be my turn. I am going to get 1, 2, 3, and then 4 for 7.
Okay.
So decent for in the position that I'm in.
Yeah, and you really took a huge chunk out of these guys. I didn't expect you to do that much damage.
Yeah, the big 10 on the Warp Lightning Cannon was insane, so that's quite a bit of mortal wounds.
The Jezzail's doing 14 damage.
Yeah, so. Jezzail's putting 7 through, yeah. Getting +1 hit and wound. The only other thing I could have possibly done was actually took down Shalaxi with all that output.
Yeah.
That might have killed her.
I would have done probably all the defense on her and she has a better save.
And a 5-up ward. That was the big thing.
Yeah.
And that would have been risky, and then if I didn't kill her, you would have had her and 8 of those, which would have killed me.
Yeah, and then potentially, she's way easier to rally than they are because they're 4 wounds also.
Yeah.
So the damage goes further against stuff like the Slick Blades.
Yeah, that was kind of the thought process, and I wanted to try to just exactly do what I'm doing here, just like pin your guys in, I count for more.
Shoot.
You can't shoot, but then and limit your scoring units, so you're fast Slick Blades, because now, you know, not having 8 of them running around.
Oh yeah, it makes a difference.
I just have a big demon in my face that's gonna come in and claw me to death, but and tons of shots. But decent turn for the circumstance I think I was in. Now we're gonna see what you can do with your turn.
Yep, sounds good. We'll jump into Slaanesh, turn 2.
Sounds good.
So for my battle tactic here, I need to go for Slay the Entourage, and I'm actually going to pick your general himself.
Okay.
So I got to kill him here, and then I'm going to go into spellcasting. Shalaxi is going to use the Feign to get +1 to wound in combat, and she'll suffer 2 mortals. And then I am going to try some banishing. We'll go with the Shard Speaker on the Warp Lightning Vortex.
Yep.
We did a 10, so it's gone.
Yes, it is.
And then Shalaxi's going to try and banish the Bell of Doom.
No, not the bell.
But it's sticking around.
Yes. Ha ha ha.
And then with her second spell, she's going to go for Overwhelming Acquiescence.
Cool.
Which will fail on a 6.
Oh.
Then I am going to spend a command point to rally Shalaxi. And she's going to heal 3 wounds. And that's it for my hero phase.
My 3 claw steps, I'm actually just going to move my Grey Seer backwards. I'm actually going to go for the counterspell Skitterleap from my Grey Seer. It's not my turn, so I can't use the 3d6. So let's just see what I roll. I roll a 9.
And we'll try to unbind it.
Yes.
We did an 8, so you got it.
Nice. Cool. Ha ha! So the Grey Seer is going to teleport. We're going to teleport behind this little spot.
All right, then we'll jump into movement. I am to retreat out my 1 unit of Bliss Barb Archers from combat with your general, and they'll take 2 mortal wounds. All right, that's all my movement. So I'll jump into shooting, and we'll start with the Burning Head into your Jezzails. And it'll get 2 shots, 2s, and 4s now because of -1. So 1 at Ren 2.
6 up. Okay.
1 damage.
Kills
1. And then I'm going to put 1 of the units of Bliss Barbs into the Bell of Doom to try and take it out. So that'll be 8 at Rend 1.
Rend 1, so that goes through. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 3 6s. No, 8. So I need 2 6s. 2 6s to survive. That is cocked. It is barely on a rock, and it's a 6, and it's my second 6. Come on, baby. No. So you do exactly 7 damage and kill it. Boo.
All right, then we'll put the other unit of Bliss Barbs into your Jezzails.
Dude, you.
So that'll be 7 at Rend 1.
5s. I make 4. No, 5. So 2. So you kill 1. Jezzails 4-up save. They're actually decently tanky.
And then my Bliss Barbs are going to shoot into your Claw Lord. I will use all-out attack here, and I will have the 2 hits on 6s. 12 here, so 21 shots through hitting your general.
5s. That is like 10 6s. This general does not...
That's a TTS roll.
Yeah, this is a TTS roll. That general does not want to die. 11 6s and 3 5s
Out of 21 attacks?
Out of 21. So those 7 damage allocated would be 4 at pass-offs to the clan rats. So he passes 3, and he takes 4.
And yeah, that's it for my shooting.
Okay, the Jezzails are going for it. We're trying to pump those boys. Covering fire, 8 shots, my only CP. I guess I can use one of your 6s for this.
Yep.
Nice, let's go. Okay, so let's see. So this is gonna be force because I didn't move. But one of those can be a 6, this one. So this will auto wound, choose to wound. No! So no chance to take him out, but 3 at Rend 2.
Yeah, so you'll take 1 out, leave 1 with 2 wounds.
Just the 1-1 there, would have done it.
And then we're into the charge phase. We'll go with Shalaxi.
Yep.
She's making it on a 7. And into the combat phase, because I don't think I'm going to get another time to really use it, Shalaxi's going to use Excessive Violence to allow my Bliss Barb Seekers to fight twice, the second activation being Fights Last.
Nice.
But then we're going to start off with Shalaxi herself, and I'm putting everything into the Claw Lord. So she'll be on 2s and 2s. And that's going to be 4 at Rend 3 because the anti-hero +1 Rend.
Nice.
So 12 damage so far, and then the 2 claws. That's 3s and 2s, 1 miss. And then 1 more at Rend 2.
6, nope.
For 4 more damage, so 16 damage into the Claw Lord.
When the arrows plunge towards their Claw Lord, 2 brave clan rats sacrifice themselves to try and save him, but the rest just watch on as their general is slain.
I guess I'll go with the clan rats and try to kill one of these boys.
The clan rats somehow manage to deal 4 damage, and they take down another Blissbarb Seeker.
And then the Blissbarb Seekers are going to get to fight next. They will get to fight twice, so I'm just going to do both their
together.
activations together.
Makes sense.
So that's going to be 6 in total only with all those activations.
Jesus. Okay, there's the AoS 4 that we all know and love. I'm going to have just rend 1.
No rend.
I will save 3 of those, sir. So you will kill 3 rats.
Double activation at its finest.
So D3 clan rats will come back at the end of turn, and I rolled a 2. So 2 clan rats are coming back.
Felling the Vermin's general and securing the northern objective, the Hedonites have their foes on the ropes, though the rats still have an ungodly amount of firepower and are always full of tricks, so this isn't over yet.
All right, that's the end of the turn, and good enough. We did what we needed to do, which is take down your general for the battle tactic. So I will take that other objective. So I'll hold my own for 1, and each of the 2 middle ones for a total of 5 victory points for primary, and then I'll get 4 for the battle tactic of killing your general or a unit in his entourage, which I chose him. So that's to put me at 16 points, which ties us for the first 2 rounds of the game.
Yeah.
But obviously things are looking pretty good for Slaanesh here, although you do have a bunch of shooting and 2 Storm Fiends back. So
could have the 6 Jezzails, and the cannon could go off again.
Yep.
And then I can bring back 10 clan rats still in the end of my turn.
Yes.
So,
yes. Still lots of tools here. So lots to fight for, and we'll just jump into priority for round 3. That's a Slaanesh 6.
Oh, there's a 6.
All right, there we go. We got it. So yeah, we're to take the turn. Obviously, forego the battle tactic and jump into Slaanesh turn 3. All right, for my euphoric killers this turn, I'm finally going to do the 3 units. We're to pick my unit of big Blissbarb archers in the back, one of my units up front, and then Shalaxi, so they'll all get crit 2 hits. And then into casting, Shalaxi is going to try and cast Overwhelming Acquiescence, which will get off on an 8.
I'll just try this one. Nope, you got it.
And we're going to put that +1 to wound on the Storm Fiends. And then she's going to try and cast Sadistic Spite, but I'll fail that on a 5. And then my Shard Speakers are going to try and cast the same spell, which she'll get off on a 6. And she's going to put that on these Blissbarbs, so they're doing crit mortals instead of crit 2 hits. And that's it for my hero phase.
So I will just move these boys away from you now to be a wiener, because you...
Those cowards, those Storm
you hurt
Fiends.
them from 3 claw steps ahead, and then I'm going to rally the Jezzails, so I will get back to 1 guy.
I am going to use at the double on my big unit of Blissbarbs to auto run 6. All right, that's it for my movement. I'll open up with the Burning Head shooting again. It's anti-war machine and it is finally in range, so it's going to shoot at your Warp Lightning Cannon.
It's been waiting its whole life to shoot this Warp Lightning Cannon.
D6 shots. Oh, it's so close to a 6.
It's a rock 6.
It's a 2.
Oh, let's give it a rock 6.
And it completely misses.
Boo.
Then we'll go with our further unit of Blissbarb Archers that doesn't have the buff. So that'll be 5 at rend 1.
5 at rend 1. I save 1. You kill it, my friend.
And then I'll shoot with my big unit of Blissbarbs who have the crit mortals, and they're putting all their shots into the Jezzails.
Oh, yes.
I'll go for the all-out attack here.
I might as well do all defense, but I think I'm dead.
So 2s.
Okay.
So after 30 shots, we got 2 mortals and 11 saves.
So back to 4s. And these Jezzails will never die. They fail 3 of those saves and 2, so 5 damage.
And then we'll go with the Blissbarbs in close that have crit 2 hits. So here we'll have 4 at rend 1.
Okay, back to 4s. Oh, I do fail 3, so you do kill 2 more. 1 left.
And then the last unit of Blissbarbs is going to shoot at your clan rat. And that'll be 6 at rend 1.
I save 2, so you kill 4.
Yeah, that's the end of it for my shooting.
All right, the single Jezzail is going to do covering fire and get all of his revenge on the Slickblade Seeker. So I'm going to roll. I rolled a 1 and a 2, but Jordan gave me 3 dice, so I'm going to make them both 6s, and they're going to auto wound, and that's going to be 4 damage.
You technically don't even need to use both dice.
No.
He's only got 2 wounds left.
I technically don't. You're right. Could just use one. There you go.
Then we will do some charging. The Blissbarb Seekers, they can retreat and charge thanks to my sub-faction, although they can't retreat and shoot. So charging.
It's like a 6.
That's a 10.
10 will do it.
And I'll charge my Blissbarbs as well for a 6. And then the Lord of Hubris is going to go on a 7. And let's charge the Burning Head.
Why not?
For a 4, it's going to fail.
I'm just going to use my last 2 CP, and why not? Just go for a counter charge with the Storm Fiends. So I'm going to roll an 8. So I'm going to use the 2 other dice that Jordan gave me because of his sub-faction, because I needed a 9, but I rolled an 8, which apparently I can just make this a 12, playing against Slaanesh.
Yep.
So I'm just going to make that a 12, and we're going to counter charge in here. Get off my point. Well, you'll still be able to get a few in. But.
All right, and then at the start of combat, my Lord of Hubris, this is the great combo that I took him for. He's going to use you first, I insist, on the clan rats. So those 3 clan rats, they either have to attack him or they're going to get strikes last.
Oh no, what am I going to do? Uh-oh.
And you get strikes first if you accept it.
Yeah, I better accept then.
All right, well then, I guess that's the first combat.
All right, let's go, baby.
Unsurprisingly, the clan rats deal no damage, while the Blissbarb Seekers manage to take down the last Jezzail. Then the Storm Fiends look to attack them back.
5 at rend 1.
6s, they all go through.
That's 10 damage, my friend.
All right, well you're taking out that unit entirely.
The single guy. Shock gauntlets, OP.
Next, the Blissbarb Archers somehow manage to kill the engineer in combat, and Shalaxi decimates the remaining clan rats. While they cripple much of the Skaven force, the Hedonites were also punished for their selfish gluttony, which allowed their foe to countercharge and protect their home objective.
All right, Ridge, we did everything we could, even my Blissbarb Archers killing a hero in combat.
Yes.
Yeah, no one expected that. Though there were some interesting plays there. The countercharge was big with the Storm Fiends because that actually denied me the objective here because we're tied on bodies.
Just barely.
And they killed all 3 of those Blissbarb, Blissbarb Seekers.
Yeah, the shock gauntlet.
Yeah.
Insane.
I was trying to stay out of combat with the heroes, but just the scaffolding on the terrain piece stopped me from being able to like just pile my die or charge my dice on.
Yeah.
And I knew if I did that, I was gonna be super close to your counter charge, which I didn't even think to the dice, but that's obviously the downside of Slaanesh.
Giving the 3 units.
If you choose 3 units, yeah. And that's why, like I said, you gotta think of that ability as you get 1 unit for most of the game until you're ready to like commit. You're like, okay, I'm gonna be able to deal a devastating blow. And obviously that's what my plan was here.
Yeah, and with me mainly a shooting list that you know probably you're not scared of countercharge or many things.
Yes.
Once the help hit died and them, I guess, but yeah.
And then I do hold my home objective and the 2 middle ones for 5 points. Again, I couldn't do a battle tactic this turn, so just 5. So that's it for my turn, and we'll I guess jump into a quick Skaven turn 3.
Sounds good. Okay, so my turn's gonna be quick. I am just going to do Tame the Land. So I have my little grace here over by this piece, large terrain piece. So we're gonna do that. So then I have a spell, but it's not gonna do anything in this situation. So if you have anything,
Yeah, I'll might as well try and cast Ravenach Slashing Jaw with Magical Intervention.
Yep.
We'll fail it though.
Okay, sweet. So let's just go to movement. Ta-da, movement's done. I have no shooting in combat. End of my shooting phase. Do you wanna?
I will use Covering Fire here with my Blissbarbs to try and get some wounds on your Storm Fiends. So 4s and 4s. That'll be 6 at rend 1.
So rend 1, so 5s. You do 4 damage. That's done, so we just go to combat phase. I'm just gonna fight with these guys. So same thing, 4s and 2s, no CP, but just give me a 6. 2 6s and 2 hits! The shock gauntlets. So these 2 6s are going to be 8 attacks.
Okay, so 10 total.
Okay, so this is gonna be 2s to wound. Take your shock gauntlets, people.
So
3 1s, but it's 7 at rend 1.
They all go through.
14 damage from the single shock gauntlet.
These Blissbarbs are paced.
Yes. So, end of my turn, I'm gonna bring back 10 of my clan rats and possibly steal Jordan's point here.
Yeah, you'll get it. You'll be able to take it.
Wow, okay. So you're telling me we got a lead. So I will actually get 1, 2, 3 plus my tactic for 7.
7, yeah, so you're up right now. So it'll be 23 to 21 for you,
Yes.
Ridge, but obviously I knew that was a risk.
Yeah.
Or disadvantage in scoring to take the turn, but...
Yes, you still have a lot of damage and everything else.
Yep,
still
so
on.
we'll go into priority for round 4.
Yes.
That's a 2.
And my 3 tier 2, so I'm going to get the turn. I could give Jordan the turn here.
So that you could still do a battle
So that
tactic.
I can still do a tactic. With my claw steps, I might be able to get these guys away.
And a redeploy.
Have 2 of them survive. You're going to be able to kill my Gracer over here, though. So then I won't be able to do the tactic of having 1 on each end, which is what I was thinking I was going to do. And then I would just have 2 Storm Fiends back here. That is not as good as if I take the turn here, I'm going to get hopefully 1, 2, 3. Not going to attack, but I'll get 3 more points. We don't really need to roll a lot of stuff out here.
Yeah, that's pretty automatic.
I'm going to get...
You already have this objective.
I already have that 1, so I'm going to get 2, get 1 here. I could move these guys.
Honestly, you probably just move away
Yeah.
and try and run them away for the next round.
You're right, because
round
if I
5.
come... Yeah, you're right. So then that's what I'm going to do. So I'll get that point. I have this point. I'm going to run these guys for 6. So I'll run them 12 to this end. And then I will just run the Gracer. So he's just going to come back here. And then the end of the turn, I'm just going to bring back my 10 blue clan rats. So that was essentially what my turn would look like. I would score 3 points here.
All right. So up 26 to 21 right now. As you said, again, we're in the final stages. We didn't kind of...
There could have been some small things we could have done that would have made this,
Yeah.
like I could have cast a spell but not really done anything with
Yeah.
it. I could have maybe tried to bring back the 10 clan rats, make a charge here, but after I did that, Jordan would get cover fire with that
Yes.
entire unit and just wax those 10 clan rats, so they'd be dead. So my thought process is here is that if I keep on the ends, I have a tactic where...
For turn 5.
For turn 5, where
Yeah.
I can score on
Especially because you
ends.
still get your claw steps move, you can redeploy to really keep those
I'll be able
rounders
to
safe.
stay far away from you.
And then on my turn with Look Out Sir, I won't be able to shoot your hero, so I'm going to run Shalaxi, take this objective. And I would have the tactic of take their land still, so that would be an automatic one here for me to get 10 points this round.
In turn 4, yeah.
Yeah. So it would be 31 to 27 for me going into round 5 prio.
Yeah.
That's a 5, you win ties,
5.
so you would then be able to complete your battle tactic for 4 more points.
Yeah, I would get 4 more. There's no way I'd have primary because I'm in the outsides, but yeah, still getting points there, so I would score 4 in turn 5.
And then in turn 5, I could do the tactic of being within the both board edges or within 6 of both end board edges.
Yep.
And again, hold more. So I think if math is right, it would be 41 to 31 is the final score.
Yeah, something
So,
close like that.
so
yeah.
still pretty good, especially for the board state.
On turn 2 to 3 was the, yeah.
Yeah, being able to recur so many units and whatnot is...
Yeah.
Here, the clan rats aren't doing a ton in terms of like damage or fighting or shooting or anything, but just bodies on the board.
They're just clawing their way back into the game by coming back pretty much, which, yeah, seems like pretty insane. Overall, though, the shooting is just so good against Skaven. It's like this amount of like more reliable shooting into all of my things that have like 6, 7, 8 wounds with like a 4 or 5 up save is just like, it's like Skaven before. Things that outshoot you are just gonna kill you because I'm low save with low amount of wounds. Yes, I could spike and do a lot of big damage, but if I didn't like that turn 1, I didn't get a good opportunity to kill like the things I actually really needed to. Like the Warp Blaster went down super quickly. And yeah, and Bliss Barbs are still really good. That was a lot of output.
Yeah, it is here, and honestly, this is probably showed. They probably kind of overachieved here, like you said, because of the matchup. Where honestly, I was thinking something like you bring 8 Rat Ogres, which you could have brought, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they're having a much tougher time because as soon as they get stuck in combat, they're not shooting, and they're just going to get beat up so fast if you can get into them, right? So
yeah, more combat units. They would wax through Rat Ogres too now. Only 5 up save, 4 wounds.
If they can shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're able to get into them, then you can easily pin this army down, but just by getting a couple units in combat with it.
Yeah.
If you can survive the first wave of shooting and all that.
Yeah, if you can get in there, essentially.
Yeah.
And that's even with like Storm Fiends and stuff. But this was, whatever. It was fun. My first kind of game too, so I was rusty on a lot of stuff, so take it easy on me with, I probably missed a few things. Yeah. But planning to play way more games, and I can't wait. I'm going to play a bunch of some Seraphon and see how that is, and yeah, some other armies. But Skaven's still definitely one of my favorites, so I'm gonna try out some different builds. But
for sure, and yeah, great showcase here. Also, Shalaxi, kind of first time on the channel, got to do some fun things. Like,
she's amazing.
Yeah, she is awesome. Great glow up for her. So always awesome to see those units. Beautiful models, be good on the table as well, and get to see play. So.
Yeah, and this is the time where it's like new edition, so it's like, oh, this model's amazing now. Cool, like you can paint it up, and then you want to play with that cool toy again. So it's always fun to do that. Find some units that you didn't used to use that are like, oh wow, these are awesome again. Good thing I saved that from like 3 or 4 years ago.
Exactly. And shout outs to Jordan from Warpfire Minis, who did provide most of our Slaanesh army. I know the keeper for sure. So
Jordan, best.
Yeah, definitely check them out if you're looking for models and you're in the US. But guys, that's gonna be it for us here today. We're gonna wrap things up. We hope you enjoyed this battle. Don't forget, if you want more content, you can check out our channel membership to get extra videos every week, extra battle reports. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you soon in another video.
Have a good week, everyone.